Let's jump into this first story, and here's why. There's two reasons why we decided we're gonna open up this show leading with the Twitter being dead story. The first and most important thing is that it's a very slow news day. Nothing's going on, and this is the most important thing to talk about. No, I'm just kidding. It is a slow news day. There is some other stuff we can talk about, but I really thought it'd be super boring to just be like another development in the Hunter Biden story, and the feds raided Biden's Penn. Was it the Penn Biden Center or whatever? And that happened in November, and no one knew it happened until now. So it's like, of course, there's weird, corrupt stuff going on, but I'm just like, let's talk about something more interesting. So I go on Twitter, and a bunch of people I follow. You can see this meme. ALX says opening up Twitter right now, all the locked profiles. Not everyone, but a lot of people started locking their profiles. High profile accounts started locking their profiles so that no one can retweet their content, no one can share their content. You combine that with the fact that already people were reporting for the past couple of weeks a weird algorithm change that resulted in zero engagement, and it feels like Twitter is just totally dead.
This feels like, and I'm sure these people will unprivate their account at some point, but it feels like how Canada's offering assisted suicide to people. Like, if you want to kill yourself, we'll make it easy for. If you want to block out your social media so we don't have to ban you, we'll make it. Maybe they can incentivize you to ban yourself. So
exactly.
People are self-selecting and they're removing themselves from the gene pool.
So this is the crazy thing, right? I retweeted Chris Martenson, Dr. Chris Martenson. We've been on the show. He was talking about the MSNBC host I brought up in the intro. She gets a common cold, but that results in pericarditis and myocarditis. I'm going through my tweets because I look at my own tweets. It's kind of like bookmarking. So when I retweet something, I know here's the story I wanted to post, and it says this tweet is unavailable because the account owner protects his tweets. And I'm like, oh, but I know Chris Martenson. He's been on the show before. Can't see his tweets anymore. He went private. People are basically banning themselves. Anything I shared from these accounts, gone. Anybody who follows me, can't see them. It's like, come on, these people have. It is strange to me that they were convinced the only way to retain engagement was to actually shut their accounts down.
It's dead internet theory taken to a whole new level. But honestly,
maybe no joke. What if what was really happening with Twitter was that Twitter was falsely boosting the numbers on tweets to make it seem like there was engagement to trick advertisers into spending money. And now that Elon Musk is cleaning up the code, he accidentally removed whatever fake thing was there that generated fake comments or fake likes. I'm not even playing. It was I think the CEO of Reddit, Alexis, what's his name? Alexis Ohanian, is that his name? I actually know him.
Married to Serena Williams, right?
Yeah. I know the guy. He's a very nice guy. And I'm pretty sure him and, what's the other guy's name? Huffman, talked about how in the early days of Reddit, they would pretend to be users so that people would think they were talking to people. Because if you go on a social media platform and comment, no one responds, you're like, I'm bored, I leave. So they would pretend to be different people and comment and create fake conversations.
And now they'll ban you for doing that on Reddit.
That's right. Oh, yeah. No, I mean, unless you're, the government or something.
I used to do it with Minds. I'd go on there and I'd make a post a Minds thing, and then I'd go on with my personal account and be like, this is really cool. Upvote everyone when I was working as an admin.
All the big tech companies
if they found out, they'd ban me instantly.
What if that's it? And the reason why when you lock your account you get engagement is because there's the locked engagement fluffer and there's the unprivate engagement fluffer.
Public.
Gotta call them fluffers, you know what I mean? Just make them big. And they only got rid of the code on one of them.
Dude, it makes me laugh because it's so many people who, have lauded other people for basically following trends and, just chasing the clout. And now all of a sudden, you're seeing people what's going on, man? I only got 100 likes on, and they wake up the next day with cold sweats because they literally are not getting the same engagements. It blows my mind. Just
how hardwired people are to Twitter.
Yeah.
And Instagram, all of it, man.
I feel like Elon Musk is just he's running experiments and collecting data for the aliens. He's like, I wonder if I deprive them of engagement. How are they going to react? And
everyone's dopamine just dropped by 80%. And they're like, ah!
What are we doing, bros? What are we doing? I thought we had real lives. I thought we touched the most grass out of everybody on Twitter.
It reminds me of like panning for gold, like because I think people are trying to find a way to crack the algorithm. Back in the day on YouTube, if you could figure out how to post on everyone's page at once, then all of a sudden your channel broke through the algorithm, and people could get really famous in a relatively short amount of time on social networks. But a lot of these networks now are like, they're ready for that, so they're trying to stop it from happening. But people are still like hoping they find some gold in the river sift.
Dude, it used to be on YouTube that you'd make a video where you're talking about George W. Bush and the war in Iraq, but the thumbnail was just like a big tittied woman. I'm not even kidding, because people would click on it, and so you're like, I'm not a woman, but if I'm gonna get those clicks, and the thumbnail would be like a guy going like this, and it would be like war in Iraq, and then there'd be just like a big, large-breasted woman next to him, and then it would get 1 million hits. And they used to do this thing too, where they would make videos with fake thumbnails and fake titles, and when you clicked it, it would just play it would show like a sentence, and it would play music. And they would get massively thumbs down, but they generated tons of hits.
Exactly.
YouTube started to clean this up. Like, okay, we can't allow this. But if you look at some of the earliest YouTubers and go look at their big ones and look at their YouTube channels, you will see they just, for some reason, tended to have thumbnails that needed to talk about women in bikinis.
Lisa Nova, huge in 2006, 2007, and I remember the video that really popped off the thumbnail was just a big butt crack. And all of a sudden, it got millions of clicks. And I don't think it was her butt crack. It was like Kasim G's butt crack. Shout out to Kasim.
Well, there's also Casey Neistat's famous video, Make It Count. Remember this one?
No.
It's the one where he said that he was given a budget to produce a commercial for Nike, and instead of doing that, he just traveled around the world in 10 days because it was more fun. Something like that. And then ended up being an amazing commercial. But the thumbnail for it is 2 women in bikinis like posing and him taking a picture. So that people knew exactly what they were doing with how they engaged. The crazy thing to me is that we've created a points system for our lives. We've video gamified politics in life. Like with Twitter, these are political personalities being like, I'm not getting engagement anymore, so I'm going to lock my account to get more engagement. And I'm like, that sounds like someone made a mousetrap and put peanut butter in it, and you were like, I'm gonna go in there and get that peanut butter, and then your account gets locked, all your retweets are gone, all your quote tweets are gone. Somebody at Twitter figured out how to ban the conservatives in one sweep by getting them to walk into the trap themselves.
Yeah.
That's hilarious, bro.
But there are tons of people who aren't on Twitter who, like, if you explain this, like, everyone's locking their account, it's a big deal, they're gonna be like, what? I don't understand. Because like Twitter feeds itself, right? Like when things start to irritate people on Twitter, it circles around. Like there are parts of Twitter that won't care about anything that's going on. Engagement is sort of universal. Like trying to drive traffic to your profile is like the one unifying front through all of Twitter. And even then, there are tons of people who don't use the platform who don't care about this.
Hey, let's just call it what it is, bro. Like we discovered the meta. The one meta build on Twitter, and the mods got mad and they patched it, and now everybody's all just like freaking out. So honestly, I'm trying to figure this out. What if all the conservatives just kind of like lock their accounts, or everybody's conservative and independent just lock their accounts, and the journalists literally can't like write hit pieces anymore?
Yes.
And that's what I'm thinking, that we should all just like.
That's actually a good point. I was gonna say that all of these accounts that locked their tweets, all these people that locked their accounts, all the news articles that's ever quoted those tweets, gone. They're now going to show dead space.
Oh man! Oh,
if they unlock their account, they don't repopulate, right?
I think it will go back.
You think so?
Yeah.
Because that'd be interesting too if you just like periodically like lock your account for 24 hours, so like if anyone who's used your stuff can't get access to it.
Look, I like Elon. I like Elon Musk. I'm glad that he got Twitter. I'm glad he released Twitter files. I think he could do better, but he's doing what he can. But I got to be honest, if Twitter, I woke up tomorrow and it was gone, I'd be happy.
I'd use mine. It's just a piece of tech. It's same as YouTube. Like internet video is where it's at. It doesn't matter what network you're on. Internet video is the powerful tool.
Yeah.
I think that a lot of these problems, people are searching for a way to break an algorithm that they don't understand because the code is private. If the code was public and you could see what the algorithm is doing, you would know whether or not this was going to have any value locking your account. You wouldn't have to do it.
Are you saying we should free the code?
Yeah, I'm gonna say
Drink!
Free the code, baby.
There we go, guys.
Someone suggested me and you arm wrestle. I don't think it's gonna happen.
Dude, are you ready?
I don't think I could take you with 2 arms.
I don't know, man.
2 legs.
2 legs and 2 arms. I could
Actually,
try.
I got to be honest. I'm pretty sure you could just like lift Ian with one arm.
Bicep curl? Dude, I can bicep curl.
What's an average one arm bicep curl?
Dude, average is probably like 40. But then again, I mean, my wife, she curls like 30-pound dumbbells, so she's kind of skewing extremely high on that. So, Yeah, honestly, for me, I think about 70 or 80. Like, dude, imagine this. News is so slow, I'm actually going to come on Timcast and just talk about my biceps.
Thanks for watching this clip from the Timcast IRL podcast. Hang out with us live Monday through Friday at 8 p.m. and become a member over at timcast.com for uncensored, members-only shows exclusive. Thanks for hanging out, and we'll see you all next time.